They say silence is the loudest scream, but on the night Janelle Brown allegedly slipped a new ring onto her finger, a ring given by another man, the silence coming from her end of the line was deafening. And on the other side, absolute chaos. Imagine a ringing phone on a bedside table in the dark. It vibrates, lights up with the name Kody in big, bold letters, and goes to voicemail once, twice, 10 times. This wasn't just a missed call. This was a message. Reports are swirling about a secret ring exchange ceremony that has allegedly taken place in Flagstaff, and insiders claim the fallout was nuclear. We aren't just looking at a relationship update tonight. We are deep diving into the secret call, the texts Kody sent, and the reason why fans are calling this a movie-level plot twist. Buckle up, the Brown family as we know it ended that night. Before we dive into the explosive details of the text messages and Robyn's alleged breakdown, take a second to hit that like button if you want to stay updated on every leak, every secret call, and the fall of the Brown Empire. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to COCO Gossip and turn on the bell. You won't want to miss what we uncover next. We've watched 18 seasons of slow heartbreak. We have watched the slow erosion of self-esteem, finances, and family culture. But what happens when the quietest wife finally makes the loudest move? Tonight, we explore the night of the ring, to understand why this specific night matters and why Kody Brown reportedly spiraled into a 3 a.m. nightmare. We have to contextualize the legend of the ring. This wasn't just a date Janelle went on. The stake here is massive. This was a replacement of the Celestial Covenant. Insiders claim Flagstaff was on fire that night. Kody spiraling, Robyn weeping, a flurry of desperate texts sent into the void. But to truly grasp the weight of Janelle wearing another man's jewelry, we have to look at the ghost of polygamy past. Let's analyze the history of Kody's rings with the wives. We cannot forget the melted ring story. We all remember the horror of learning that Kody took the wedding ring Mary gave him, a symbol of their young love in their beginning, and he melted it down. He erased it. He didn't just put it in a drawer. He chemically and physically destroyed the symbol of their union because he claimed he didn't want her to have claim over him in that way. That is the baseline we are working with. For Kody, jewelry is not just ornamentation. It is a brand. It is a symbol of ownership and hierarchy. We have watched him design custom jewelry for Robyn, expensive pieces that signify her status as the legal wife, the head wife, the only wife that matters. He places immense psychological weight on these tokens. So, when rumors surface that Janelle isn't just dating, but has accepted a ring, a symbol of commitment from a new man, this acts as the ultimate psychological blow to a patriarch like Kody. It is a rejection of his ownership. It is Janelle saying, I am not just leaving you, I am replacing you. We need to look at Janelle's evolution to understand how we got here. For years, Janelle was known as the Teflon Queen. She was the logical wife, the business wife, the one who didn't get involved in the drama. Kody relied on her to be the steady paycheck and the emotional rock that asked for nothing in return. He took her for granted because he assumed she was too logical to need romance. He thought she was a fixture that would always be in the basement of his life, paying the bills while he lived in the light with Robyn. But fans believe Janelle checked out years ago. The theory is that she was playing the long game. She waited. She secured her finances as best she could. She got her ducks in a row. And then we saw the cracks. We saw the moment she cursed Kody out during the holidays. We saw the fire in her eyes when he tried to gaslight her about the boys. That was the moment the Teflon Queen started to armor up for war. Kody never saw it coming because he categorized Janelle as the buddy, not the threat. He thought she was too independent to need a man, which is why he was blindsided when she found one who actually treated her like a woman. This brings us to the new player. Who is this mystery man? Speculation is running wild. Based on insider whispers and the profile of the man Janelle would be attracted to, we can construct a picture. This man is the anti-Kody. Where Kody is chaotic, loud, and demands attention, this man is likely quiet, steady, and secure. He doesn't need to be the center of the universe. He doesn't need to scream about patriarchy to command respect. He earns it. This contrast is what threatens Kody's ego more than anything. If Janelle had left and stayed single, Kody could spin the narrative. He could say she's bitter, she's lonely, she's a feminist who doesn't want a family. But if she leaves and immediately finds a healthy, calm, masculine presence who respects her independence, that destroys Kody's narrative. It proves that Kody was the problem all along. It proves that Janelle is lovable and that Kody just didn't know how to love her. Now, let's reconstruct the night of the ring exchange. This is the event that allegedly triggered the notification that broke the Brown family. Imagine the setting. It wasn't filmed for TLC. There were no camera crews, no boom mics, no producers prompting them to talk about their feelings. It was a private, intimate evening, candlelight, low music, genuine connection, a stark contrast to the performative interactions Janelle had with Kody for the last decade. This wasn't about a legal marriage license. Janelle knows better than anyone that a piece of paper doesn't guarantee happiness. This was about a spiritual and emotional commitment. The act of swapping rings in this context is powerful. It's a declaration. It's saying, I choose you. And unlike her marriage to Kody, which was crowded with 3 other women and a massive ego, this moment was just for her. The leak of this event is where the story turns into a thriller. How did the Browns find out? Flagstaff is a small town, and the Brown family is notorious. Did a child leak it? Did a photo surface on a private Instagram account that Robyn monitors? We know Robyn admits to keeping tabs on the other wives on social media. Imagine the moment the news hit McMansion Mountain. It's late. The house is filled with expensive art and clutter. Kody and Robyn are likely sitting in that tense, unhappy silence that has plagued them since the other wives left. And then a notification, or a text from a flying monkey. Did you see Janelle's hand? Did you hear about the ceremony? This is the spark that lights the fuse. The minute that information crossed the threshold of Robyn's house, the atmosphere shifted. Kody's narcissism would be instantly triggered. It's not about heartbreak in the traditional sense. It's about a loss of control. It's about replacement. She belongs to me. That is the mindset of a man who believes in celestial polygamy. Even if they are separated, in his mind, she is still sealed to him. She is still his property in the afterlife. For her to wear another man's symbol is a spiritual violation in Kody's eyes. It's treason, and this leads us to the incident itself, the drama call, or rather, the series of attempted calls. We have to analyze the barrage of texts that allegedly followed. Sources suggest Kody didn't just let this go. He couldn't. He spiraled. The text likely started with disbelief. Are you really doing this, Thaun? Followed by the guilt trips. You are destroying the eternal family. Think about the kids. The irony of Kody Brown using the children as pawns is not lost on anyone. He is the man who forgot birthdays, who refused to go to surgeries, who estranged himself from his sons. Yet in a moment of panic, he weaponizes them to try and drag Janelle back into line. He likely oscillated between anger and love bombing, one minute calling her a traitor, the next saying he misses their friendship. It is the classic cycle of abuse, condensed into a text thread at 3 a.m. But the real twist in this narrative isn't just Kody's anger, it's Robyn's breakdown. Why was Robyn allegedly more upset than Kody? Why was she the one weeping? We have to look at the porch dream. Robyn has spent years crying about her vision of sitting on a porch with her sister wives in their old age. That dream has been her shield. It's been her excuse for everything. But with Janelle officially moving on, sealing herself to another man, that porch dream is officially dead, it's buried. But let's be real, is it just about sisterhood? Or is it about the bank account? We have to deep dive into financial fear. Janelle was a primary earner. She was the financial wizard. Without Janelle's income, and more importantly, without her contribution to the family pot, the financial structure of Kody and Robyn's lifestyle is crumbling. Robyn's panic isn't just about losing a friend she barely treated well. It's about losing a safety net. The quote insiders are circulating is telling, "She was hysterical because she thought Janelle would always be the safety net. That net just got cut." Robyn realizes that if Janelle is gone, truly gone, the money is gone too. And Kody and Robyn are left alone with their spending habits and no one to subsidize them. Now, let's go back to Janelle. The phone is ringing, the texts are flooding in, and what does she do? She flips the phone over. This is the power move. This is the moment Janelle wins. It's a psychological tactic known as the gray rock method. When dealing with a narcissist, any reaction is good supply. If she argues, he wins. If she cries, he wins. If she defends herself, he pulls her back into the drama. But by giving him absolutely nothing, by letting the phone ring into the void, she starves him. She denies him the one thing he craves: relevance. She is saying, "You do not matter enough to ruin my night." She is choosing her peace over his chaos. Imagine the morning after. The sun rises over Flagstaff. In the McMansion, the mood is dark. Kody is exhausted, angry, and likely hungover from his own rage. Robyn is swollen-eyed from crying about the end of her era, but across town, or perhaps in a new location entirely, Janelle wakes up. She sees the missed calls. She sees the walls of text, and she deletes them. She makes coffee. She looks at the new ring on her finger, and she smiles. The shift in power dynamic is complete. Kody realizes he has no leverage left. He cannot withhold intimacy because he already did that for years. He cannot withhold money because she has her own now. And he cannot withhold affection because she found it elsewhere. He is a king without a kingdom, shouting at a woman who can no longer hear him. This narrative arc is what fans have been waiting for. We are seeing the comments flood in. The internet detectives are already breaking down the timeline. Fans are calling Janelle's silence her greatest answer. They are comparing this to Princess Diana's revenge dress. This is the revenge ring. It is a cinematic climax to a story that has dragged on for nearly 2 decades. The hero finally walks away from the explosion without looking back. We have watched Janelle go from the basement wife, the one who settled for crumbs, to the woman who broke the cycle. And the question on everyone's mind is, how will this impact the upcoming season? Will TLC air the fallout? Or is this too real for reality TV? The production crew loves drama, but this feels different. This feels final. There is a tragedy here for Kody, of his own making. He wanted to be the patriarch. He wanted to be worshipped. But by demanding total submission, he drove away the only women who actually loved him for him. He is left with Robyn, the wife who feeds his worst impulses, and a pile of debt. The Night of the Ring is the symbolic end of the Kody Brown era. It is the moment he realized he is not the main character in Janelle's story anymore. He is just a villain she defeated. And let's talk about the symbolism of the ring itself. In the past, Kody made a big deal about the claddagh rings, the symbol of friendship, loyalty, and love. He used to give them to the wives as a sign of their unity, but over the years, that symbol became tarnished. It became a shackle. For Janelle to take off that claddagh ring, or whatever iteration of a wedding band she still had, and replace it, is her reclaiming those virtues. She is finding friendship, loyalty, and love, but she is finding them in a place where they are actually reciprocated. She is taking the values Kody preached but never practiced, and she is living them with someone else. The fallout continues. We are hearing reports that the older Brown children are rallying around Janelle. They are supportive of this new chapter. They have seen their mother struggle for years. They have seen her cry over Kody's neglect. For them, seeing her happy, seeing her with a man who values her is a relief. It validates their own feelings that Kody was the problem. This creates a further divide in the family. It isolates Kody and Robyn even more. Now, it's not just the wives leaving, it's the children endorsing the replacement. It's the ultimate rejection of Kody's authority. As we dissect this, we have to wonder what is going through Robyn's mind right now. She came into this family to be the favorite, the legal wife, the one who had the patriarch's ear. But she needed the other wives to function. She needed them to be the villains so she could be the victim. She needed them to be the workers so she could be the princess. With Janelle gone and Christine already gone and Mary checking out, the dynamic is broken. Robyn is now facing a monogamous marriage with an angry, bitter man. The customer service version of Kody she got in the beginning is gone. Now she gets Kody, who is awake at 3 a.m., spiraling over his ex-wives. She gets Kody, who is obsessed with his own victimhood. The ring Janelle wears is a reminder to Robyn of what she lost. The buffer. The internet is calling this a movie-level plot twist because it follows the perfect structure of a liberation story. The protagonist suffers, the protagonist realizes her worth, and the protagonist escapes. But the twist is that she doesn't just escape, she thrives, and the antagonist is left in the ruins of the world he built. Kody built a world where he was the sun and the wives were planets orbiting him. But the planets have aligned elsewhere, the gravity has shifted. We need to keep our eyes peeled for the visual confirmation. The paparazzi are going to be hunting for that ring shot. Every photo Janelle posts will be scrutinized. Does she hide her left hand? Does she flaunt it? Every subtle move she makes on social media now is a chess move. And Kody is playing checkers. He is reacting emotionally while she is acting strategically. This brings us back to the silence. Why is it so effective? Because Kody thrives on conflict. If Janelle had picked up that phone and screamed at him, he would have felt valid. He would have felt that he still had the power to upset her. He could have told Robyn, "See, she's crazy. She's unstable." But silence? Silence is a mirror. When Janelle doesn't answer, Kody is forced to sit in the dark and listen to his own thoughts. He is forced to face the reality that he is alone. Silence reflects his failure back at him. It is the cruelest and most effective punishment she could inflict. We have to go deeper into the anatomy of that 3 a.m. meltdown because the details leaking out are nothing short of psychological warfare. Insiders are suggesting that the barrage of texts Kody sent wasn't just a random outburst. It was a calculated attempt to destabilize Janelle during her moment of happiness. We are hearing that the messages followed a very specific toxic pattern known as the narcissist's prayer. First came the denial. Sources suggest Kody texts something along the lines of, "I don't believe you would do this to the family." He tried to reject the reality of the situation. When that didn't get a response, the texts shifted to aggression. "You are being manipulated. You are weak. You are letting a stranger into our sacred circle." This is a classic projection. Kody, the man who brought Robyn into the family and dismantled the existing dynamic, is now accusing Janelle of the exact same thing. He tried to paint this new man as an interloper, a villain who was stealing his property. But when the aggression was met with more silence, when the phone just kept vibrating on the nightstand without a reply, the tone reportedly shifted to victimhood. "I have sacrificed everything for you. I have loved you when no one else would." This is the part that truly enrages the fan base. The audacity of Kody Brown to claim he sacrificed for Janelle, the woman who worked full-time, cashed out her 401k to fund Robyn's mansion, and lived in a trailer while he drove a sports car. The revisionist history in these alleged texts is staggering. He was trying to rewrite their 18-year marriage in real time, hoping that if he sent enough words, one of them would hook her. He was fishing for guilt. He was hoping that the good sister-wife programming would kick in and Janelle would feel the need to soothe him. But the Janelle who received those texts is not the Janelle of Season 1. The software has been updated. The Keep Sweet protocol has been deleted. And while Kody was thumbing these frantic messages into his phone, likely pacing the floor of a house filled with boxes and unsold art, Robyn's reaction provides the darkest layer to the story. We touched on her tears, but we need to analyze the source of her hysteria. It's easy to say she's emotional, but Robyn is calculating. Her breakdown wasn't about the loss of a friend, it was about the loss of an asset. Reports indicate that Robyn has been terrified of the family pot drying up for seasons now. With Christine gone, that was one income stream severed. But Janelle? Janelle was the CFO of the Brown family. She was the one who understood the taxes, the LLCs, the investments. If Janelle is legally and spiritually severing ties, and now attaching herself to a new man, that means her assets are protected. That means her future earnings are hers alone. Robyn's sobbing fits, which Kody likely interpreted as empathy for his heartbreak, were arguably panic attacks about their lifestyle. Imagine the conversation between Kody and Robyn in the aftermath of the leak. Robyn asked, "What does this mean for us? What does this mean for Coyote Pass?" And Kody, blinded by his ego, unable to give her an answer. This is the moment the dynamic in the McMansion shifts permanently. For years, they united against the other wives. They had a common enemy, but with the enemies gone, with the scapegoats living their best lives, the tension turns inward. Robyn starts to look at Kody not as her prize, but as her liability. She won the man, but she lost the kingdom, and a king without a kingdom is just a guy with a bad attitude and too much hair product. The rumors of trouble in paradise for Kody and Robyn are directly linked to this night. When the money gets tight and the enemies stop caring, the romance dies. Now, let's pivot back to silence. We cannot overstate how brilliant Janelle's move was. In the world of psychology, this is the ultimate power move. By not answering the call, by not replying to the texts, Janelle communicated more than she ever could have with words. If she had engaged, she would have validated Kody's feelings. She would have told him that he still had the power to ruin her night. She would have made the moment about him. By ignoring him, she made the moment entirely about her and her new life. She protected the sanctity of her ring exchange. She didn't let Kody's chaos enter the room. The morning after the alleged incident is where the movie-level plot twist really lands. Picture the split screen. On one side, you have Kody Brown. He hasn't slept. He's manic. He's ranting to Robyn about loyalty and patriarchy. He's checking his phone every 30 seconds, hoping for a response, desperate for a fight. He is miserable. On the other side of the screen, you have Janelle. She wakes up well-rested, the sun is shining. She sees the notification count on her phone, maybe it says 50 missed calls, and she simply clears the notifications. She doesn't listen to the voicemails. She doesn't read the essays. She deletes them. It is the digital equivalent of flushing a toxic waste down the toilet. She makes breakfast. She laughs with her new partner. She is light. The contrast between Kody's heavy, dark energy and Janelle's light, free energy is the ending we all wanted. It is the payoff for 18 seasons of frustration. Fans are going wild over this narrative because it confirms what we have all suspected. Janelle was never the weak one, she was the patient one. The internet detectives are already scouring social media for clues, dubbing this the revenge ring era. We are seeing comments comparing Janelle to a phoenix rising from the ashes of Coyote Pass. Viewers are pointing out the irony that Kody spent years trying to convince the world he was the high-value male, only to be replaced by a man who doesn't need to say a word to prove his worth. The audience is reveling in Kody's defeat because it feels like justice. We watched him neglect her children. We watched him dismiss her career. We watched him try to force her to kick her sons out during COVID. This moment, this silence, is the receipt for all of that behavior. There is also a fascinating theory circulating that this drama call and the subsequent leak were the final nail in the coffin for the show's current format. How can Sister Wives continue when the wives are no longer wives? The show was built on the premise of one man and 4 women. Now it is 1 man, 1 wife, and 3 exes who are thriving without him. The producers are scrambling. This leak about the ring and the meltdown proves that the real drama isn't happening on the filming schedule. It's happening in real time. The show cannot capture the raw intensity of Kody's 3 a.m. spiral because he would never let them film it. He wants to control the narrative. But the narrative has escaped him. Janelle has taken the pen, and she is writing her own ending. We must also consider the flying monkeys. In narcissistic family structures, there are always enablers who do the abuser's bidding. Did Kody try to get the kids involved? Did he text the boys, trying to poison them against Janelle's new partner? Insiders suggest he might have tried, but the wall of protection around Janelle is too strong. Her sons, Garrison, Gabriel, Logan, Hunter, they are men now. They see their father for who he is. If Kody tried to use them to get to Janelle, it likely backfired spectacularly, severing whatever thin thread of connection he had left with them. This ring incident didn't just end his marriage, it likely solidified his estrangement from his children. They see their mother happy, and anyone who tries to destroy that happiness becomes the enemy. Kody has made himself the enemy of his own biological legacy. Let's talk about the ring itself again, the symbolism of the revenge ring. It's not just jewelry, it's a talisman. It represents autonomy. For decades, Janelle's identity was Kody's wife. Kody's second wife. The logical wife. Now, she is just Janelle, or perhaps she is someone else's beloved. But primarily, she belongs to herself. The ring is a visual marker that the contract is void. It's a do not trespass sign planted firmly on her heart. Kody can knock, he can ring the bell, he can scream at the gate, but he is never getting back in. And that realization, that final crushing realization that he is locked out forever, is what caused the nightmare in Flagstaff. So, where do we go from here? The Brown family as we knew it is dead. It didn't die with a bang, but with a series of departures culminating in this silent, powerful exit. The sister wives are now just women who survived Kody Brown. And Janelle? She is the unexpected hero. She didn't have the dramatic flair of Christine's exit or the long, drawn-out catfish saga of Mary. She just ascended, she leveled up, and she left Kody in the basement of his own making. This story is far from over. We are waiting for the pictures. We are waiting for the hard launch of the new man. We are waiting to see if TLC spins this into a special or if they try to bury it to save Kody's face. But here at COCO Gossip, we know the truth. We know that the night the phone rang and went unanswered was the night the patriarchy fell. In the end, Kody Brown wanted to be the center of the universe. He wanted to be the sun around which all these women revolved, but on that night, amidst the vibrating phone and the frantic typo-filled texts, he realized the terrifying truth. He was just a ghost in Janelle's past. She didn't leave with a scream, she left with a ring and a smile. And that is the ultimate revenge. Kody is stuck in the past, reliving his grievances, while Janelle is driving into the future, hand in hand with a future that looks bright, quiet, and wonderfully Kody-free. Do you think Kody deserves a response, or was Janelle's silence the perfect revenge? I want to see your thoughts in the comments. Did Robyn cry for Janelle, or did she cry for her bank account? And do you think we will see this new mystery man in the next season, or will Janelle keep him hidden to protect him from Kody's toxicity? Let me know your theories below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the secret collapse of the Brown family, and if you want to be the first to know when the photos of the revenge ring finally drop, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. We are tracking every move, every leak, and every silence. You won't want to miss what we uncover next. This is COCO Gossip signing off. Watch the skies because the tea is piping hot.